Milwaukee, Milwaukee, Milwaukee. That should be Bochy's answer to everything tonight. And mercifully, the Giants are done in Denver this year. They get swept. The losing streak swells to 5 games. Giants Roundup in Game 3 of a 3-game series against the Giants and the Rockies. It's Wednesday night, September 5th. Follow on Twitter, join the Crouton Kite page on Facebook. Most importantly, please be kind and hit that subscribe button. What can I say? We're fine. At least we're done with Coors Field for the year. And then the weather delay started. I was kind of going in my head when we had the weather delay going on, like, well, maybe we get rained out and we don't have to play them. Then, of course, I checked Colorado's schedule. We would just been simply made up tomorrow, so now it's just on to Milwaukee at this point. And most of the damage tonight was done by one guy, Trevor Story. What can I say? 400. And the Giants did start off with the lead with a sacrifice by Longoria. It scored panic. It was 1-0 Giants. And then Arenado sacrifices score LeMahieu. It's 1-1. Then the Trevor Story show began. He hit his first home run where he swung out of his shoes and it went out. It was 2-1 Colorado. And then in the top of the third, Austin Slater singles to right. It scores Evan Longoria 2-2. And then Aramis Garcia hits his second home run of the year. It goes to left center. It's 3-2 Giants. We have a chance. Bottom of the fourth. Story again with a 505-foot bomb. It goes all the way to the souvenir stand. It is game tied 3-3. And that was one of the longest home runs in Coors Field history. That one would have probably hit the glove at AT&T Park, right there by the Coke bottle. But also it's a lot harder to hit home runs at AT&T Park, too. And yes, then Story does it again in the bottom of the sixth, 4-3. And at that rate, why the fuck are you even pitching to Story, Andy Suarez, when he's hit home runs off of you twice? The third time, you just pitch around him, or even brush him back with some chin music, hit him in the ribs. But I'm not sure why you're even pitching to him after surrendering 2 home runs. And now Suarez is going to have nightmares of Trevor Story. Then in the bottom of the seventh, the Rockies get an insurance run. DJ LeMahieu singles. It scores Gonzalez. That would be your final score, 5-3. Suarez, 5 earned in 6 hits. You take away the home run, Suarez wasn't too terribly bad, to be honest. The line's a little more deceptive than what it actually is. He strikes out 5. Melanson got into a little trouble, allowed one of the inherited runners to score, though, and that was okay. And then Ray Black comes in and actually strikes out Trevor Story, mercifully. And, yes, his velocity was back tonight. He was hitting 101 miles per hour on the radar gun tonight. It was a thing of beauty, a scoreless inning out of him. And certainly it's looking like Black is going to be a guy who's going to be on the 25-man roster next year. Might I say probably Sam Dyson will not be back next year. He will probably be non-tendered at this point. I kind of wish they would have traded Dyson at the death before August 31st. And then Antonio Sanzatella, 3 earned 9 hits and 5 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts. And then the bullpen was lights out for Colorado tonight. So Panic goes 2 for 5. Evan Longoria 2 for 4. Austin Slater 2 for 4. Chris Shaw not good tonight. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. I think he'll be probably sitting in Milwaukee. Probably sitting for game 1 of the Milwaukee series. And I think you're probably better off starting Hunter Pence Friday night. And now he's hitting 071. Maybe give him a day off, have him work on his swing, and I just don't know what to do with him. He's not a lost cause, but something's not clicking. He's just not adjusting to major league pitching yet, and that's a problem. And maybe give him a day off and have him come off the bench for the time being. He's definitely not looking like he's ready for the show just yet. Maybe see we'll probably be back to Hunter Pence on Friday night. So we'll see what happens there. And yeah, it's not going to be the greatest thing, but something's got to be done. Got to let him maybe work on his swings in the dug. Let him rest Friday night. And I know you want to get as much starts for Shaw, but also you can't keep striking out on the plate at the plate either. So I think it'll be Pence Friday night. But Aramis, give him another start. He hit another home run. I'd like to maybe see Aramis Garcia play the last 3 weeks of the season, maybe get the majority of the reps. Nick Hundley really hasn't been that great since taking on the full-time duties since Posey went on surgery. So I say why not go with Aramis here for the final 3 weeks and see what Aramis can bring you here. But yeah, that's the downside of Bochy. He can be very stubborn with his veterans. And I think at the 2 starts I've seen out of Garcia, yeah, the problem is he's not getting the signals yet. But that will come with additional work too. He'll get the signals down more often, and give him. I'd like to see what he would do in Milwaukee. Give him another start here. I like his offense. I'd like to see a bigger sample size of Aramis Garcia here. But I think at this point for the Giants, it's now on to Milwaukee. Another hitter-friendly ballpark at Miller Park. Milwaukee's not that much better. And it'll be Derek Holland going up against Chase Anderson. It'll be Derek Holland going up against Chase Anderson on Friday night. And after this roadie, they only have one more roadie left, and that'll be St. Louis and San Diego during the week of September 17th. That will be the final roadie of the year after that. Be St. Louis and San Diego, and St. Louis is another wild card contender. It'll be Chase Anderson against Derek Holland in Game 1 against Milwaukee. Game 2 will be the newly acquired Gio Gonzalez going up against Chris Stratton. And then Game 3 will be Madison Bumgarner against Zach Davies. We'll see. But I'm thinking maybe the Giants win one game in the series. They come back 1-5. And I'm starting to think, are they going to even get to 75 wins at this point? Then they come back home. It's not going to be a good homestand coming up afterwards. It will be Atlanta and San Diego. Atlanta and Colorado. So the schedule's not going to be any easier. They need to try to play spoiler here. They need to get a win here. Good thing is, at least they improve their draft position little by little. But it doesn't help that I think there is going to be wholesale changes coming this offseason. Back in a minute. And also, I'd like to see maybe more of Ryder Jones here down the stretch. I'd like to see what Ryder Jones can play at first. Play him more at first at this point. But, Panic, he's maybe getting better as of late. He's definitely a candidate to be non-tendered this offseason. But the offense needs to step it up here. It's going to really be a battle of who wants to be here next year. But yeah, then I don't see them getting I maybe see them going 1-5 on this roadie, coming back, and then you got Atlanta. Maybe got Atlanta, and you got to play the Rockies again one more time at home next weekend. That's not going to be easy. Your only real easy spot anymore is going to be San Diego, and that's not a gimme at this point. But now the Giants are in that de facto fatal number at 10 games behind at 68 and 73. And as I think, is there 7 wins in this month to get to 75 wins? Maybe. And that's where I maybe see them. They're not going to, I don't think they're going to finish 500, but they're going to probably finish somewhere around 70 to 75 wins. But it could get really ugly here if, say, they really struggle down September, which they're doing already. They're 0-5. It could make a nuclear winner that much more nuclear, and it puts Bochy's job more in jeopardy than ever. All right, let's go to the MLB Roundup for your Wednesday night. This one just went final on the other side of the bay. The Oakland A's get a big series win against the New York Yankees, 8-2, taking the win. Mike Fiers taking the loss. Luis Severino pounded for 5 earned in 2 2/3 innings pitched. Ed Lowry going 2 for 4. Chris Davis 2 for 4. Laureano 2 for 5. And then Sesa earned run in 3 innings pitched. And bullpen lights out for the A's tonight. A's 83, now 84 and 57 on the year, 3 games back of Houston. But you know what? I kind of like Oakland's chances now of maybe winning a wild card game. They got 2 out of 3 against the Yankees in what is potentially a playoff preview. And things are really starting to look up for the Oakland A's, especially at a time in the news. And yeah, right now we're going to talk a little non-baseball here, especially at a time here in Oakland where the city of Oakland and where the A's could end up saying to Mark Davis, Mr. Davis, tear down this wall. Or as I would say, Mount Davis. Yes, the city of Oakland has taken legal action against the Oakland Raiders to seek damages to pay off the construction of that hideous thing called Mount Davis up there that's normally tarped off for games. We'll see how well this does in court, but there's a good chance the Raiders could be bailing out earlier than they'd anticipated. Some possible spots could be Levi's. I don't know if they'd want to maybe play at Levi's for 2 years. That might come at a hefty price tag, and Oakland's having the Niners. They're having issues with the city of Santa Clara as in terms of rent, and it could cost Oakland up to $10 million a year to play at Levi's. And the only other real viable option, I think, unfortunately, this is what the cockroach Mark Davis is going to do, is he's just simply going to move to Vegas next year, play at Sam Boyd Stadium, do the upgrades to make Sam Boyd Stadium upgraded for NFL standards, and they'll probably play for 2 years at Sam Boyd Stadium. And that's going to be interesting. But at this point, I think the Raiders are going to head to the auction block at some point. And at some point, I'm hoping Reggie McKenzie just walks with his head held high. I don't know. I think after this year, they're going to scapegoat Reggie McKenzie. It's becoming a very awful shit show with the Raiders right now. And for the A's, they could be the big winners because Oakland's going to could win the damages, get the Raiders out of the Coliseum. Then the A's can tear down Mount Davis, and it makes the ballpark a little nicer, and then makes the Coliseum a little better until they get their ballpark done in Howard Terminal. The A's are starting to buy real estate around Howard Terminal. So it's looking like the A's are going to be heading to Howard Terminal at some point in time. And that's where they're likely going to be announcing a new ballpark, is somewhere in Howard Terminal. But it's looking like the Raiders could be out of here after this year could be gone out of Oakland after this year for the Raiders. And it's not going to be fun. And a lot of people in Oakland are not going to be crying when the Raiders leave the Coliseum for somewhere worse. May they enjoy their shithole known as Sam Boyd Stadium for the next 2 years. That's where I think they'll end up. They could play in San Diego. I doubt that would work. The city council in San Diego, I think, made it clear they're done with NFL there. And then, of course, the wild cards could be the Memorial Stadium at UC Berkeley. I don't know if that's a starter or not. And then you've got Stanford Stadium. They've hosted an NFL game back in the 80s, but that was back when the San Francisco earthquake was going on, and repairs were being done to Candlestick Park at the time. In that famous Bay Bridge series, the Giants lost to the A's back in '89. But rant off on the NFL, and the A's are going to be the ultimate victors, though, of what shit shows going on in Las Vegas and what's going on with the Raiders right now. All right, in Seattle, the Mariners beat the Orioles 5-2, taking the win. Mike Leake taking the loss. Andrew Kashner, 4 2/3, 3 earned. Denard Span goes 3 for 3. Adam Jones goes 3 for 4 for the Orioles. And then the Red Sox beat the Braves 9-8. Taking the win, Brandon Workman. Taking the loss, A.J. Minter, 2 earned in 1 1/3 innings pitched. Andrew Benintendi goes 3 for 5 for the Red Sox. Christian Vazquez 2 for 3. And Brandon Phillips, welcome back to the MLB tonight. It's his first home run of the year. And Hector Velasquez, 4 innings pitched tonight, 3 walks. Drew Pomeranz, not good tonight. 1/3 of an inning pitched, 5 earned. Dan Winkler, 4 earned without recording an out for Atlanta. And, of course, Minter. Atlanta is now 3 games up on Philadelphia. In Cleveland, the Indians beat the Royals 3-1, taking the win. Corey Kluber taking the loss. Brad Keller, 1 earned run, but just no run support tonight for Keller. Jason Kipnis goes 2 for 3 for the Indians. In Washington, the Nationals beat the Cardinals beat the Nationals 7-6, taking the win. Miles Mikolas taking the loss. Tanner Roark, 6 earned in 5 innings pitched. Adam Eaton, 3 for 5 for the Nationals. Bryce Harper goes 3 for 5. Hits his batting average up to .251 on the year. Anthony Rendon, 3 for 5 on the year. 3 for 5 tonight. Jose Martinez, 3 for 5 for the Cardinals. Marcell Ozuna, have yourself a game, goes 4 for 5. And then Matt Adams, 2 home runs on the night, gets his 20th home run on the year. Carlos Martinez records his first save of his career. Dakota Hudson, 2 earned with that in 1/3 of an inning pitched for St. Louis. Now St. Louis, 4.5 back of Chicago. In Pittsburgh, the Pirates beat the Reds 3-2, taking the win. Jameson Taillon taking the loss. Homer Bailey loses his 1-14 on the year. And 1 loss closer to getting cut. Mason Williams, 2 for 2 for the Reds. And Homer Bailey, 6.09 ERA. Not likely to be back with the Reds next year. In Toronto, the Blue Jays beat the Rays 10-3, taking the win. Aaron Sanchez taking the loss. Tyler Glasnow, 7 earned in 2/3 of an inning pitched. That hurts. Sanchez strikes out 8 in 6 innings pitched. Devon Travis, 3 for 5 for Toronto. Kendrys Morales, 3 for 4. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., 3 for 5 for Toronto. And then Kevin Kiermaier, 2 bombs on the night, his 6th home run on the year. And yeah, it was not a good night. Glasnow did not survive the first inning tonight. In Miami, the Marlins beat the Phillies 2-1, taking the win. Sandy Alcantara taking the loss. Nick Pivetta. Jorge Alfaro goes 3 for 3. And it was just not a good night for Pivetta. 4 earned. Just goes 4 innings, gets bounced. Adam Conley, an earned run in 2/3 of an inning pitched. In LA, the Dodgers lose to the Mets 7-3. Taking the win is Zach Wheeler, who strikes out 9 in 7 innings pitched. Taking the loss, Eugene Ryu, 3 earned in 6 innings pitched and 8 strikeouts. Ahmed Rosario, 3 for 5 for the Mets. Jeff McNeil, 2 for 5 for the Mets. Wilmer Flores, 2 for 5 for the Mets. Kevin Plawecki, 2 for 3 for the Mets. And the Dodgers now fall a game and a half back of the Rockies. And also head to Colorado with a big series against the Colorado Rockies this weekend with huge playoff implications on the line. In Milwaukee, the Cubs beat the Brewers 6-4 tonight. Jose Quintana gets the win, taking the loss. Jhoulys Chacín, 4 2/3 innings pitched. Daniel Murphy goes 3 for 4 for the Cubbies. Ben Zobrist, 3 for 4. And Jesse Chavez, 2 earned and 1/3 of an inning pitched. And Chicago now 4 games up on the Brewers. In Arlington, the Angels beat the Rangers 9-3, taking the win. Jaime Barria taking the loss. Bartolo Colon, 4 earned and 4 innings pitched. Nomar Mazara goes 2 for 3 for the Rangers tonight. Shohei Ohtani goes 4 for 4 as the DH tonight. He won't be pitching anymore. Hit 2 home runs, is 18th on the year. And as I said, he's not going to be pitching anymore as he is heading for Tommy John surgery this offseason, which also could force Artie Moreno to go out and sign somebody like Patrick Corbin this offseason to shore up the rotation, or a Dallas Keuchel. In Chicago, the White Sox clobber the Tigers clobber the White Sox 10-2, taking the win. Jordan Zimmerman taking the loss. Michael Kopech, 3 1/3, 7 innings, 7 earned runs. And then Caleb Fair comes in, 3 earned and 1/3 of an inning pitched. Daniel Stumpf, 2 unearned runs and 1 inning pitched for the Tigers. In Houston, the Astros clobber the Twins 9-1, taking the win. Framber Valdez taking the loss. Jake Odorizzi, 5 earned and 4 2/3 innings pitched. Walks 4. Just not a good night for him. George Springer goes 3 for 5 for the Astros. Alex Bregman, 2 for 3. Bregman hits his 29th home run on the year. And then Matt Belisle, 3 earned and 1 inning pitched for Minnesota. Now on to AAA playoffs tonight. And we're going to start off with the Fresno Grizzlies, who played tonight. And the Fresno Grizzlies take game 1 of a 5-game series against the El Paso Chihuahuas 8-7. Takes a 1-0 series lead in a best-of-5 series between the Grizzlies and the Chihuahuas. Taking the win was Brandon McCurry. Brady Rogers, 5 earned in 4 innings pitched. Strikes out 4, walks 3. Ralph Garza, 2 scoreless innings. Raymond Goudouin, 2 earned without recording an out. Riley Farrell, 1 and a 2/3 scoreless innings. Matt Ramsey gets the save. Walker Lockett, 7 runs, 5 earned, and 4 2/3 innings pitched for the Chihuahuas. Then Jerry Keel, scoreless frame. TJ Ware, 2/3 scoreless inning. Kyle McGrath, 1 and a 1/3 scoreless innings. Gerardo Reyes, 1 scoreless inning. And then Colton Brewer. And the Grizzlies win it in walk-off fashion tonight. They will play Game 2 tomorrow in El Paso, then head to Chick Chansey Park for Games 3, 4, and 5 if necessary. Oh, Grizzlies! They win it tonight. And then in the California League tonight, the Visalia Rawhide currently leading the bottom of the 9th against the Stockton Ports 5-3, with the Rawhide about to take a 1-0 series lead in the California League. Camden Duzenak goes 3 for 5 for the Rawhide. Ramon Hernandez goes 1 for 2 for the Stockton Ports. Riley Smith, 5 2/3 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, strikes out 7 for the Visalia Rawhide tonight. Matt Milburn goes 5 1/3, 2 runs, 1 earned for the Stockton Ports, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Pat Krall, 2 earned in 1/3 of an inning pitched. And then in other playoff series tonight, here we go. This is the one I wanted. And tonight in the rookie leagues, Princeton beats Elizabethton. These series have already came and went. Okay, these are just Hudson Valley beats Auburn 11-5. Mahoning, they lead the series 1-0. Mahoning Valley, this is Class A, Single A short season. Hello, Alberti Artiaga. No video. I can't see your video. Mahoning Valley beats Tri-City 9-6. Spokane beats Everett 7-3. They take a 1-0 series lead. Eugene beats Hillsboro 3-2, and they all have 1-0 leads. In Single A tonight, Bowling Green beats Lansing 4-3. They take a 1-0 lead. West Michigan beats Great Lakes 6-0. They have a 1-0 lead. Lexington beats Rome 3-1. Lakewood beats Kannapolis 4-2, takes a 1-0 series lead. Quad Cities beats Peoria 3-0. Cedar Rapids, Beloit rained out. And in California League, In the other side of the California Divisional Finals tonight, Rancho Cucamonga beats Lancaster 8. Lancaster beats Rancho Cucamonga 8-4 to take a 1-0 lead. In the Texas League, Arkansas beats Tulsa 5-4. And Corpus Christi beats San Antonio 7-0. In the Southern League, Jackson beats Montgomery 4-3. Biloxi beats Pensacola 5-3. In the Eastern League, New Hampshire beats Trenton 8-0, takes a 1-0 lead. Akron beats Altoona 5-2. In the Pacific Coast League, in the other series, well, it looks like the OKC Dodgers and Memphis Redbirds were rained out tonight. In the International League, Toledo beats Durham 10-3. Scranton Wilkesboro beats Lehigh Valley 3-2. And that will sum up your summary for the minors tonight. All right, everybody have a great, everybody enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Now we are on, at least we have NFL tomorrow to keep us busy. Everybody have a wonderful night. And we'll be back Friday night after I get back from Chick-Chancey Park. I will be down at Chick-Chancey Park Friday night for Game 3 of the Grizzlies and Chihuahuas. Go Grizzlies. Good night.